Today we're diving into Nava Grove, the first harmonization project in the RCR region. Is it worth considering? Here's my take. Hi guys, my name is Vera and welcome to my channel. So Nava Grove sits right next to Pinetree Hill, which was the first new launch in this Mount Sinai area in nearly 14 years. The last major development built was Pandan Valley and Pine Grove, which were built back in the 70s and 80s. So when comparing Nava Grove to these older projects, there's a massive age disparity between the existing resale and new launch options here. And I'll talk more about how this can actually benefit our exit strategy later on. So let's start off with some facts first. Nava Grove has 3 blocks with 552 units, of which there are 442 parking lots. All of the units here are north-south facing, so this means owners there will be able to avoid the sun glare. Unit type consists of 2 to 5 bedrooms, so note that there are no one-bedder here. It's developed by MCL and Cinemas Land. It is also worth noting that this project, Nava Grove, is the first project to have harmonization in the RCR region. Its estimated vacant possession will be end 2028. It is only a 10 minutes drive to Orchard, so even though the address of Nava Grove is located at Ulu Pandan Road, it's really not as its name suggests. The area is known for its greenery, especially with the Ulu Pandan Park connector, and is quite close to areas like Holland Village, Clementi, and even Bukit Timah. From what I can see, it's becoming increasingly desirable, which is why Pinetree Hill is already sold at 72% till date. So if you have missed an opportunity in Pinetree Hill, or you are still considering if you should have a home in this area, you still have Nava Grove. Okay, so I have my iPad here with me. Let's take a look at the site map together. The blocks are thoughtfully spaced apart, ensuring that the blocks do not face one another directly, which is great. I would love the privacy. Whichever block you choose, you're actually likely to enjoy pleasant views. So for block 40, for instance, it may be considered a premium block because it offers dual views of the forest and nearby landed properties. Similarly, block 42 provides views of Clementi Forest and Bukit Timah Hill. Block 38 has sightline towards Pinetree Hill, which gives you a peek of the pool at Pinetree Hill, as well as the Clementi Forest. So before deciding if a trip to the show flat is worth your time, let us dive into the pros and cons of Nava Grove, because just like any other projects, it has its strengths and areas to consider. So let's start off with some cons. It's not within walking distance to an MRT station. It's about 15 minutes walk to Dover MRT. However, there's a bus stop nearby Pandan Valley Condo with direct buses to Clementi interchange if needed. Another point to consider is that the development doesn't have a one-to-one car park lot allocation, which might be a downside for some. But as we've seen with Pinetree Hill, which also lacks one-to-one parking space, this hasn't been a big issue for the buyers there, even with its distance from the MRT. And next is there's not much amenities, and last of all, not all blocks of Nava Grove are within 1 km of Henry Park Primary School. So this brings us to the pros. Nava Grove is located close to Henry Park Primary, which is the top 6 primary schools in Singapore. Another key highlight is the elevation of the project. The entire site is raised about 3 to 6 stories above Ulu Pandan Road, with even the second floor units sitting an additional 4 stories higher. So staying on the second floor here feels like being 7 to 10 stories up. This will give you unblocked views while also cutting down on road noise, making it a great choice for those who appreciate both scenery and quiet living. Nava Grove is also only a quick 10 to 12 minutes drive from town. This project also follows the GFA ruling, so you're paying for usable internal space because you are not charged for the aircon ledge. Plus, nature lovers and families who love outdoors will be able to appreciate the easy access to the nearby green spaces. The developer has released highly attractive pricing for Nava Grove, with indicative prices starting at 2.2k PSF. So if you ask me, for an RCR project, the pricing at Nava Grove is very competitive, especially considering that the neighbouring Pinetree Hill is averaging around 2.4k, 2.5k PSF thereabouts. Expectations for Nava Grove were initially between 2.5 and 2.6k PSF. Now why do I say so? So how much the units will be launched at is highly dependent on the land price that the developer paid for. Let's look at a prime example, comparing 2-bedroom units in Lentoria and Lentor Mansion. I chose these 2 projects because it is rare that we have a side-by-side comparison of harmonized and a non-harmonized development together. So this gives us a perfect example. For those who might not know, Lentoria is a non-harmonized project, while Lentor Mansion is a harmonized one. With harmonization, developers will start with lower profits due to the GFA ruling, meaning they often look to raise prices later to recoup the differences. Looking at land prices, Lentoria was purchased at 1130 PSF per plot ratio, while Lentor Mansion came in at 985 PSF, giving us a difference of 14.7%. Yet on launch day, Lentoria's average PSF was 2112 and Lentor Mansion was higher at 2274 PSF, which means Lentor Mansion pricing was 7.7% higher at launch day despite Lentor's Mansion's land cost being 14.7% lower. Altogether, we see a 22.4% pricing difference between the two. Now applying this comparison to Pinetree Hill and Nava Grove, Nava's land price was 7.9% lower than Pinetree Hill. Using the same gauge and assuming similar profit margins, Nava Grove would typically need to launch at 14.5% higher than Pinetree Hill, around 2.6k PSF. But as you can see on the price matrix here, Nava Grove is launching with starting prices lower than expected at around 2.2k PSF starting, thus making it a very attractive option in this area. If you'd like a deeper dive into PSF and how it works, feel free to reach out, my number is here. To sum it up, Nava Grove starting prices make it an unbelievably low entry point for this market for a project in the city fringe of Singapore. Okay, so from here on, it's just gonna be me scanning the floor plan for you so that you don't have to. Moving on to the unit mix in this development. Unit mix, okay, for our 2-bedroom units, there are 3 distinct types, okay? We have the normal, the premium, and the 2-bed, 2-bath plus study. For this one, we have about 230 units. For the 3-bedroom, it is available in 3 types with around 184 units. And surprisingly, the 4 bedrooms here comes with a unique dual key feature. So there are 3 types for you to choose from. One is the standard 4 bedrooms layout and the dual key model. And of course, one with the private lift for your added exclusivity. And of course, last but not least, we have our 5-bedder, the most premium of the premium, with the private lift as well. Okay, let's start off with the 2-bedroom unit, starting off with the smallest one, which is at 624 square feet. It is at stacks 17 and 24, so they are all external facing towards Clementi Forest and the Bukit Timah Hill. Most of the smaller units here actually have a good facing if you ask me. And for the smaller units, they are actually sandwiched in between the bigger units outside. It is a classic layout with an enclosable kitchen. It is very rare in the market if you ask me, because usually smaller unit with enclosable kitchen will need at least 700 square feet. But for this at 624 square feet, we already have one. So that's good. For the 2-bedroom premium, which is a 2-bed, 2-bath, it is type BP1 at stack 9 and 16, yeah? Looking over Dover Forest and the Pine Grove area, the store is also pretty rectangularish. It's very rectangularish if you ask me. It's not your usual squarish type. And it also has a dumbbell layout with enclosable kitchen. Note that the 2-bedders here do not have a window for your kitchen and also your bathrooms. But of course, for your kitchen, if let's say you do a lot of cooking, definitely I would recommend a good hood, but otherwise this might not be a problem for you. Same goes for the other 2-bedroom premium, which is type BP2 at stack 12 and 21. The size and layout is actually exactly the same, just that it is on different side. For stack 21, it is looking at pool, which you might have to expect a premium on it, and same goes for stack 12 because of the view as well. For the 2-bed, 2-bath plus study, which is stack 4 and 5, okay, it is at 786 square feet. This one of course has a study, which brings you directly to the bathroom that connects to bedroom 2. So it is a bit of a Jack and Jill concept here if you ask me, because your bathroom have 2 doors to enter into differently. So as mentioned at the beginning of the video, how can this project attract future resale buyers, and will it be tougher with Pinetree Hill, who is also a new project that's right beside Nava Grove? With Pinetree Hill and Nava Grove being the only 2 new developments in the area, each offering a comfortable 500 plus units, the market won't be oversaturated. That's one. Instead, these projects present highly attractive options for your future resale buyers looking to invest in a young development at a reasonable pricing. Since Pinetree Hill is the neighbouring rival, it is normal and please expect for future buyers to compare your unit at Nava Grove with Pinetree Hill because everywhere else is old. Looking at Pinetree Hill 2-bed 1-bath unit and Nava 2-bed 2-bath, both at 700 square feet, the current transaction in the area for Pinetree Hill 2-bedder is already at $1.6 million to $1.72 million. Whereas for Nava 2-bedder, if the PSF is at 2240, it brings the quantum to $1.568 million. With this head start for the price, it's a no-brainer that Nava Grove will be safer because in terms of quantum, we are lower. As for the layout comparisons, Pinetree Hill 2-bed 1-bath already falls short with one missing bathroom, even though the size is the same as Nava Grove. So if you were to ask me, I will pick the 2-bed 2-bath at Nava Grove any day because of the layout and of course because of the price. Alright, now moving on to the 3-bedder compact unit type, starting from type C1. It is at size 947 square feet, so this one is quite straightforward. The advantages is that there is a junior master. with which your guests can also use the toilet, as there is another door that you can enter by the living room also. For your kitchen, you can see that the wall is hackable, so you can control how much light you want to enter in your kitchen. You can choose to have it fully hacked, or you can have like a glass wall kind of look. Either that, you can choose to have more ventilation by opening up the wall with a door, so you can access the kitchen from the corridor as well. Note that Type C1 has no window in both kitchen and bath. It is also a dumbbell layout, which up to preference, some like and some don't. For me, I wouldn't like, because once again, no privacy. Once you stand there, you can see the rooms already. My preferred layout, the 990 square feet Type C2 as Stack 7. You have privacy here because the entrance is L-shaped, so outsiders cannot see from outside. And also there's also a tucked-in galley kitchen, and the plus side is there is a window. Okay, so for me, I will feel like ventilation is very, very important lah. Okay, but even though I don't cook, but I really like it to be airy. So for me, I would really appreciate the window to be in the kitchen as well. And not only that, you can also opt for more light to shine through your kitchen by also hacking down the walls and replacing with glass instead, because the light from the balcony can actually enter your kitchen straight. And you can also oversee the living room as you cook and you watch your child play. You also have a window in your master bath and common bath, and your rooms are also all tucked at one side. Whereas for C3, which is the 990 square feet, same size as Type C2, which is at Stack 23, not much difference from Type C2 other than the walkway. C2 has privacy, and C3, the passerby can see the living room partially again. No? So it's just the L-shaped walkway. Alright, now so we are at the 3-bedroom premium options. To keep things simple, okay, it comes in 4 different layouts, alright? And the layouts are generally the same, with differences mainly in just the AC ledge placement and also the foyer size. The CP3 layout offers complete privacy with an extended L-shaped entrance, while CP2 provides slightly less privacy. The key highlight is the balcony for sure, because only CP3 has a limited view, as you can see here, while CP1, CP2 and CP4, they offer a full range of view orientation, so you are not blocked in any way. So when you stand inside there already, you can see all sides. Alright, not like CP3 that has limited view. One thing to note for sure is that all 4 unit types for your 3-bedroom premium comes with a dry and wet kitchen, and there's windows in both your kitchen and your bath. So now we have come to the 4-bedder, which has 2 types, both at 1335 square feet. Both is the same size, yeah? So it comes with a 3.4 wide living room. The bedrooms here at Nava Grove are actually bigger than what most people would expect, because here most of the rooms are at 10 square meters, which is very wide. And we think that this is partially because of the GFA ruling. That's why developers actually put more space in the bedrooms. This is why the space that you are buying is very worth, because of the GFA ruling. The developers segregated the space for a bigger bedroom size. You also have your dry and wet kitchen. So for those of you who loves to, host with your boys and your gals. And then for the dining area, you can easily fit 6, 8, 10 or even 12 of your kakis. It comes with an ensuite bathroom and a private foyer. And it is at Stack 11 and 15, both facing pool. So please expect a premium for this kind of good facing. Here comes the interesting unit, the 4-bedroom dual key. This is in the show flat, so fret not if let's say you want to see how it's like, you can head down to the show flat. For the 4-bedroom dual key, it is more for own stay. It is actually very great for like a multi-gen family. If you will want to rent it out, this space over here is what I would recommend, though it's like a studio and a 3-bedroom unit kind of layout. Other than that, I think it's a great space for a multi-generational family, because it's very space efficient in my opinion. Okay, so now we have come to the 4-bedroom unit that has a private lift. So this is great for someone who really appreciates privacy, because you have a lift that directly brings you to your unit. So this is a type DP1 and DP2. It can fit 8 to 10 people. It also has a dry kitchen right at the side for your convenience. There's also like a Jack and Jill bath. As we can see here, right, all of them also comes with a ensuite bathroom. To be honest, for this 4-bedroom and private lift, these 2 types, right, they don't differ much. If we really look at it, right, it's really other than the placement of the household shelter. Okay, so for your 5-bedder, it comes with a private lift lobby. And as you can see here, once you leave your private lift lobby, the first thing that you'll be able to see is your wide, spacious living room and your balcony, which has a frontage of 5.3 meters. On top of that, once again, your bedrooms are all attached with a bathroom. So it's an ensuite bathroom apartment, so you don't have to worry about sharing toilets with each other in the house. Last but not least, of course, your kitchen area also has a bathroom, which is I would assume, of course, your living room people, your guests and whatnot will go to this toilet. Okay, one thing to note is that for bedroom 3, because the walls of your RC ledge are already protruded out a little bit, right? You can see here. So you will sort of be looking at the walls when you want to look out. It's not a full, complete view of the view outside. For your 5-bedder, you also have a walk-in wardrobe, which is what we have at Pinetree Hill actually. It also comes with a his and her sink. Okay, so we have come to the end of the video. Thank you for watching. Nava Grove preview starts on the 2nd of November. If you would like to book an exclusive show flat viewing with me, my number is right here. My name is Vera and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!